Hello! In the last video I said that I'd talk about the influence of media on society. Today I'm going to talk about the influence of advertising, which is exactly the same. It's been an influential force on people and more than what people would think. And in this surprising area of gender division in the 40s and 50s, before then, pre-war, in Canada, they actually considered barbecuing or any sort of cooking to be a woman's job. And barbecuing, as we now know in Australia, is a very masculine thing to do.
Everyone does barbecuing.
Back then, pre-40s and 50s, it was considered to be a woman's thing, and the Canadians took a lot of convincing from advertisers that it was a masculine outdoor activity. So yeah, I found that information to be very surprising, because here in Australia it's a very blokey thing to do.
What does that mean?
It's a very masculine thing to do. Stella's asking questions as I'm doing it, this post. Yeah, it's considered to be a very male thing, and even myself, as I don't call myself a feminist, but you know, I'm all about women can do anything men can do, sort of thing. I don't hate men. Feminism is not about hating men. It's about wanting more power as a woman and wanting other women to feel empowered, and just wanting equality, really. But even myself, I found, you know, I'm very independent. I like to do things myself. When I had my daughter's 4th birthday in Canada, and I had a boyfriend over there, and he was British, and I didn't think anything of it. Like, it was just instinctually, I thought, you know, he could put the barbecue. I bought like an outdoor barbecue that it was in a box, and I had to put it together and put some coals in it and light it and stuff, and I just instinctually thought of it as the men's job. You know, we're all complex and conflicting human beings, so you know, I'm very independent, but I just thought that he could help me out there by putting the barbecue together, because it's sort of a blokey thing to do, especially in Australia. It's, you know, my dad's always been the one to light the barbecue and put the meat on the barbecue. It's, you know, I've just grown up like that, and I just thought nothing of it. It's no big deal if he puts the barbecue together and, you know, puts the coals in and lights it for me, you know, and even cook the meat on it. I just didn't think it was a big deal, and I think he was quite annoyed at that. I think might have been a British thing. He might have been very familiar with barbecues. In Australia, it's just taken for granted, you know, that blokes know how to barbecue. So, and put barbecues together and light fires.
Remember when we did a barbecue?
But
Mom and you cooked?
So, but yeah, nowadays, like, I'm single and I like barbecues for Starla and I. Well, I don't like them. I use automatic ones where you just push a button. But yeah, I'm getting a bit off topic. But yeah, that's, you know, I push a button and put the meat on, and that's how I barbecue. Starla was just mentioning that I barbecue now. But yeah, but the point being is advertising has been so influential. They were able to tell people post-war in Canada that changed their minds around about men cooking and being domestic. It's sort of a domestic chore, really, and cooking and domesticity, if that's a word, that was being around the house, being domestic and cooking at home, being at home, was a woman's prerogative, and the men were out working, and the fathers were considered to spend most of their time at work and spend limited time at home and with the family. They were known as the absent fathers. and they wanted to bring fathers to have a more involved role at home with the family and with leisure time. So they had to package the idea of the man and leisure being outdoors as a blokey, masculine thing. They had to package it that way to sell barbecues, and that encouraged more men to be with the family and to have barbecues. And then the idea of the man in the outdoors sort of grew from there. The man cooking outdoors. They had to make it into like an old-fashioned image. The barbecue being a rustic tool. Even the naming of the tools that were used on the barbecue, similar products had more simple names. They were considered feminine, like tools inside the home, such as a spatula or whatever. But the barbecue utensils were called tools, and they were called blokey names. And even how the barbecue was built, the pieces that went on the barbecue, they were given real tough names, and highlighted steel and just real tough names to make it appear more masculine. And just the pictures themselves, the pictures on the boxes, the images of the men, and everything was put together to influence people, to change their minds. And they actually took a lot of convincing, and advertising did it, and they changed the image of barbecuing. This is in Canada I'm talking about, Canadian advertising. They changed the image of barbecuing for people, and masculinity. So that's how influential advertising and media can be. So I just want to get up some information.